Well, hello there. I'm Stan Simpkins for my partner Lonnie Shambi. We're the Small Business Virtual Roundtable facilitators, and we're welcoming you to our little 3-minute snippet. And today is a really interesting topic. There's 32 million small businesses. And of those, everyone goes through this problem of employing family members. Good morning, Lonnie.
Hey, Stan, how we doing?
Great. I don't think you've ever experienced issues of drama in family business due to lack of or unclear employment policies, do you?
Almost every single time I've had a family business as a client. Okay. I'm not sure I ever saw one that I didn't have.
It's almost like, the hierarchy for kingship, if you will, in England. Everybody just thinks, well, if you're born in the family, you therefore can go into the family business if you want to, irrespective of whether you're even qualified.
Yes. And the thing is this: what happens is the mom and dad kind of thing it ends up being the crucible with which everything is judged, and policies, which is I think where you were going this morning.
Sure,
is really interesting when it comes to family setting policy.
And so why are policies important? Well, for that very reason, we want to set some standards that can be applied on a uniform basis. And we want to serve as a motivator to some of the other family members and somewhat as a deterrent to others, that kind of entitlement versus merit-based.
Right.
And establish mileposts for compensation. That's a whole topic of its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you must have some other things you've thought about.
Well, the thing is this: with policies, they're kind of what they are. They're guardrails for a business, and if they're not really thought out, what they end up being is not just guardrails. They end up being cell blocks. Okay, and that's not what you want in a business. You want policies that are not flexible, but policies that are human. And oftentimes they're not.
In fairness to the family members, if I'm a young up-and-coming family member, I'd like to have some clarity as to what's the deal for being admitted to the firm, and how do I ever measure my worth in terms of compensation value.
So what's the guidelines for policy relative to family members, Stan?
And for the viewers here, I would actually suggest you take some notes here. There are about 10 key things. First of all, what are the eligibility requirements to be admitted to the practice, to the business, if you will? What are the roles of the family members, respectively? What are their duties? What are responsibilities? And how about this one? What are their titles and position on the org chart, if there's such a thing? What self-development expectations are there? What are you going to expect of them to develop themselves, whether it's leadership or other skills? And who are they reporting to? What's their compensation plan going to be structured based upon? What benefits, like do they get also membership to the golf club? What other benefits are going to have? And how about what's it take to get promoted? And watch this one, Lonnie. What does it take to get terminated?
Well, it's
10
interesting
things.
But here's the answer to all of those things. The answer is the exact same thing that you would expect of somebody you're bringing in from outside, you should expect from a family member. And you should set that criteria precisely. Now, we've really just touched on the surface of this, okay? And we know that. But it is to give people some ideas that they can work with. For Lonnie Shambi and my partner, Stan Simpkins, this is Top of Mind Awareness. We are the Small Business Virtual Roundtables. Come visit us. sbvirtualroundtables.com. Thanks for your time.